Hey guys, welcome back to According to. I'm Megan.
And I'm Ciera. And for this week's episode, since this is the last one of the year.
This is the last one of the year, yeah.
January 1st. We thought it'd be fun and fitting to do a new year, new us, 2025. We're basically just talking about kind of some goals and resolutions, because what else would we be doing for the last episode of the year?
It wouldn't be right to not.
So we already recapped kind of our thoughts and how we did with our previous kind of goals and resolutions and manifestations, for lack of a better word. So this year, we're just starting anew. New goals, new resolutions, new mindset.
I might have to piggyback off of some of yours because, to be honest, we'll get into this, but just like categorically, I was kind of going through like just different aspects of my life, and I'm like, I
have to say, I kind of slayed this year.
I think
we just coast now.
I think just we carry over to next year. So we'll see. We'll try and come up with some good ideas, but we'll start with our.
I feel like usually we're like going through the end of the year and we're like, didn't do that, carry it over next year, and now I feel like we actually did accomplish quite a few things. So
let's do our weekly spotlights as well as our book updates first. Would you like to get us started?
My weekly spotlight, I think, is that our mom met both our boyfriends. Finally made it happen. We did an escape room, which was, I think, a fitting event to do all together.
I also feel like we hadn't done an escape room in a while, so it was kind of fun to do one again.
Get back to my roots. We got out in like 45 minutes, so
yeah, it was like
pretty good, and we kind of like we killed the room. Like, we didn't ask for any hints.
There was one component though. There was one component of the room where like smell was like a feature of the clue or of the riddle, and they had. I mean, I don't really know what they were. What were they? They were like,
I don't know. Mom,
they seemed like
called them something, and then I was like, "What is that?"
It seemed like a pumice stone, honestly. Like, that's what it looked like from what like I could tell. But like, I don't know if you could buy those scented or douse them in something. But they were supposed to smell like certain items, and we knew what things were supposed to smell like. Like, we knew what our options were. But I gotta be honest, like, I really could not tell what smelled like what. I was like, this smells bad. This, I smell nothing. This smells like something, but like not like any of the things that are our options. So for that part, I was kind of like, count me out for this. Hopefully you guys can smell better than I can, because I was not very helpful with that one.
Yeah. We got it though. And our mom had good thoughts to share, which is good. So now I mean, most everyone has met them at this point that like really needs to meet them. Like, we have extended family, excuse me, and friends that, you know, we'll meet them in due time.
Eventually.
That
I don't think if there's anything else. I didn't do a whole lot else, so I'll piggyback off of that being my spotlight as well.
Piggyback off me this entire episode.
I feel like I came running in the door from like, I worked and then I went and worked out, and then I came here and we're in a time crunch because Ciera has to pick Vegas up at a certain time from daycare. So my planning for this episode has been minimal.
I will say, we can kind of talk through, like, it's Christmas week, obviously. Hope you guys have some holiday plans to look forward to. I was sad because at the end of last week, like, my caseload at work was like dwindling a little bit, like collectively amongst the entire therapy department.
Do you foresee, like, how busy do you think admits are going to be on Christmas Eve tomorrow? Do we think...
better be, like, nothing.
Because I was kind of like, honestly, it shouldn't... I kind of feel like it should be nothing, but also, I don't know.
Because
I walked into
work
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
This will have been already come and gone that time you hear this.
I walk into work today, and, like, when I'm printing out my schedule, it will show, like, it says like PTIF, that's how I read it. It's your projected time in facility based off of your treatment time. And mine said like 4 hours and 38 minutes. And I was kind of like, amazing. Like, that's like just a little bit over a half day. I was like, if I schedule certain people certain ways, maybe I like can leave like without taking my lunch and just like be able to go. And then even like as I'm getting started, one of the people I'm supposed to see for an hour had been sent out to the hospital, which means like I'm not seeing them. Okay. I'm like, wow, I'm like going to be out of here. No.
No.
So what got added to my schedule? for some reason, 3 skilled people were not on either my schedule or my other PT schedule. So then I added all 3 of them to mine, and then had an admit that had come in that morning that was not on either of our schedules. So I saw the admit. And then we had like there's like part Bs I was supposed to see like every day this week, or like for some stupid reason. So I just I attempted him. I was supposed to try and see him for 30 minutes. And then he was like, no. And I was like, you know what? More power to you. What am I to do about it? So I didn't end up seeing him, but I, was supposed to have seen him. And then I just also got news that like, I thought I discharged someone. Well, I did discharge them, but like they got approved for more visits, which is fine. But it's annoying because I have to see them like at like between 2 to 3, like for the next 2 weeks. And like these next 2 weeks, I was really hoping to have like, if I had some shorter days, then I could be done early. But now I have to see this person from 2 to 3. And
they can't change the time at all.
No, it's a work comp person.
I know, but
I think they have to be like, I think they finish working at 2 and then they come to me. So I'm just like, a little bit annoyed.
Come in. Let's do 5 to 6 a.m. Come in before.
So, and like, I know I shouldn't be complaining because like 2 to 3 is a normal time to be working. Like I'm not taking, time off except for like the holiday itself. So I shouldn't just expect shorter days, but like my boss had kind of like implied like since
that's probably like the worst part of it. My productivity today had to have been not good at all. Well, here's kind of why that was the case. So first of all, I get into work around 8 o'clock today. My scheduled treatment time that I had at least initially thought it was going to be was like 4.5 hours or so. Okay, so I'm like, okay, a nice shorter day. And then I call someone who I was supposed to see outpatient just to confirm a time, but they didn't answer, so I left a voicemail. Then I got a call later saying, let's not do this week. Let's start next week because of the holidays. So
she's going to cancel next week too.
So
New Year's.
So, okay, that person got taken off my schedule. I had a skilled admit that got added to my schedule. So, okay. And then part of the issue was we have a director that just started at my building. And so we only have enough computers for every person who's currently working. She took a computer. I was without a computer for the morning. And usually I, document and keep up on my stuff as I'm going throughout the day. I wasn't able to do that for a majority of the morning. I also had like a progress report, research, other stuff that like I just couldn't do. So like that was beyond my control. I just had to wait to document later. And then, because like I said, it still was like a shorter day for me. I decide I'm going to do some training stuff because I have to do that eventually. It's going to be due like come January. I had a shorter day. I'm going to get paid to do it. So I was like, I shall do one of these. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm going to finish this and then I'll leave. I'm in the middle of it. And then I hear someone come like say something from like, oh, I'm here. Like from like in the therapy room. I'm like, I turn around. It's one of my outpatient people who I wasn't expecting to see until tomorrow. However, they had it on their schedule that I was seeing them today, which it was fine. I don't have to see them tomorrow now. But I was like, oh, well, good thing I'm still here because I very well could have and should have not been here anymore. But it worked out. I saw them until around 3 o'clock and I finished my documentation and then I left. But like the treatment time, someone else that was skilled is sick right now. They weren't feeling good. They refused me. So like it just was, I should have had more treatment time for how long I was at the building and I just didn't have it. So you'd always try another day.
There's always tomorrow. So yeah, I don't know if I have to do any groups tomorrow. Cause like that's the other thing is I'm gonna go in like at my normal time. I think if I have to do, like I just don't know. I don't know, is what I will say.
Okay. Good. Book updates.
Book updates.
What are we doing talking about work?
Well, they care.
Okay.
Book updates. I finished reading The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, gave it 4 stars. And now I'm reading The Girl Who Was Taken by Charlie Donnelly. And pending that I finish this before the end of the year, which I will, that will be my book number 50.
Which means she'll have met her reading goal for the year.
Maybe I'll get, at least one more in after that.
I am currently reading A Rain of Rose. Me being like, is it A Rain of Rose? Is it A Rain of Roses? Is it The Rain of Rose? A variation of said title. And that is the third book in the Sacred Stones trilogy. And I'm like a third of the way through it, I think. I have my Goodreads pulled up. I can look. I'm 34% of the way through. I've been going at a pretty good speed for reading, and I continue to enjoy the series. I feel like it's not very talked about. So if you're into romantasy and you want a different series to check out, add that to your TBR. Yeah, that's kind of it for my book update. I had to read because usually I've been on such a Kindle reading kick. This book is a physical book though. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to go do 12/3/30 at the gym. And I was like, I'm going to have to do this reading an actual book, which wasn't that bad.
An actual book.
Huh?
I said, I've done it reading an actual book.
I know. I just I haven't yet because everything I've been reading had been on my Kindle when I've been doing it.
You've never done 12/3/30 with a book?
No, I feel like when I've done that and had to bring a physical book, I feel like I'm doing the recumbent bike.
Okay.
But I did 12/3/30 and it was actually, well, it's okay. I'm lying. I'm doing 8/3/30. Okay. So let me correct myself. But I feel like I tolerated it better today than I have been recently, and no cheating for me. I don't put my arms on, and I read 2 chapters, which was 20 pages. And then I also have to since I don't work out in my glasses, and I typically need my glasses when I'm reading, when I'm doing 8/3/30, I need to I'll read for a little bit, and then my vision's getting fuzzy, and then I need to take a break, close my eyes, not look at the book, and then I go again. So it's just it takes a little bit longer. And after 20 pages, I kind of got sick of doing that. So then I went on TikTok and finished by entertaining myself on that. I was also this is my last book thing. I was considering, I went downstairs to go get this book because this is what I was anticipating reading next. But I went downstairs and I was like, I forgot that I bought The Prison Healer. So I brought both options up. I took a picture. I sent it to Ciera, Haley, and Maggie. And I said, what should I read next?
And they both say The Prison Healer. And Megan goes, no.
And then I said, okay, actually, no. The reason being, I was like, okay, I should probably finish. Let me finish a series first before I start a new one. Makes the most sense. The Prison Healer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the second book?
You're going to quiz me? I have to look.
I didn't know that it was a series.
It is. Come on, what fantasy book is just a standalone? I know there's many.
Megan's don't actually answer that.
That's a rhetorical question. You've got The Gilded Cage. You've got The Blood Trader. I think it's just 3 of them. And they're all out. So This is a slightly older series than I thought it was. They came out in 2021 and 2022.
That's kind of fast though for 3 books within 2 years. Okay. Any other life updates, annoyances, grievances, whatever?
No.
Okay. Let us get started. So, we can run through these in the same kind of categories that we have in the past. And then, I don't know, do you ever have phone notes from old years past of your goals and resolutions? I have my goals and resolutions all the way back to 2017.
Sometimes.
It's crazy to look back. My 2017, I have an ACT goal. Oh my God.
A different time of life.
Okay. So, first category I have is health and fitness. This one, I wrote down only...
Didn't we review these already, though? We already talked about these this year.
For our new goals?
Oh, new goals. Sorry. No.
I was like, that's what this whole episode is.
Me opening up my new goals. Trying to make a note because I haven't made one yet.
As we're doing it.
New Year's goals. We'll just title it that for now. It's a working title.
Okay. This one, the first one I have, if this happens, I will genuinely be shocked. But I had to I wanted to aim big.
Shoot for the moon. And even if you fail, you'll land amongst the stars.
Yes. I was talking to my boyfriend about running and stuff because he runs.
I should make a running goal. Even though
he runs more than I do. I don't run at all. So
that doesn't take much.
And he was kind of hype me up and say you should run more. And I was kind of saying if there is like anything.
You know what my issue is? And let me know if you struggle as much as I do. You probably don't. Because I tried within the last week or two. I've tried doing like HIIT style treadmill stuff like twice now, where I'm like running a little bit, minute on, minute off. Okay. My side ache, instant. Within like first run, first minute, my side is hurting so bad. What am I to do? Now I'm like, I can't. It's not even a breathing thing. It's not like a fatigue thing. My side hurts so bad.
Have you tried like when that happens? Do you try like breathing out on a certain foot?
I tried just doing deep breathing. It's because I was during my
I
break.
have no
I'd be
idea
looking
where I
stuff
got this
up.
from.
I was like, what do I do about this?
I've heard that you're supposed to. This could be total BS that I'm like spewing right now. I've heard you're supposed to like breathe out on your left foot. I don't.
Well, I'll take any
literally
suggestions
anything about
because
that.
right now that's going to be my biggest barrier.
So anyway,
to
that
any sort of
being
running.
said, do you know what my goal was?
Is this like for the year?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like a timely frequency type
No.
of thing.
By year end.
You want to be able to run 5 miles.
No, I said run a half marathon.
Oh, oh my God!
But
Like a sign up for do
Yes.
a half marathon.
yes,
You're gonna
I'm not
become.
going to run a half marathon just on my
You're
own.
gonna become one of the runner people.
Maybe.
Like, you know how people are like during your mid-20s, you're either getting married or you're training for a marathon.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
I
you.
just figure, like my other goals
I thought
related
the 5.
to.
No offense to you. I thought the 5 miles was a lofty goal.
You know what? That's fine because I said this very well might not happen, but I said it was a lofty goal. Like I wanted something where it's like, not just like, oh yeah, I did that. Like check it off because I like, I ran once a month. Like that was like my goal last year. I didn't even do that. So this is obviously going to work very well.
See, now I'm trying to think of like formulating my.
But the thing
goal.
is, my other goals have always been related to like, it was progressive overload last year. Like I feel as far as like lifting frequency and like I'm good there.
No, I'm kind of like, I
have
kind
any
of think I
goals.
need to like focus on my heart a little bit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. My cardiovascular endurance. Although some doctors say a half marathon's not a full marathon, obviously. Some doctors say you should never run a marathon.
And the thing is, like, I mean, I will be shocked. A, if this happens. B, if I become like an actual like runner person. Like once I get my half marathon, like maybe I'll like incorporate running still into like my workouts. But like, I don't know. I don't have goals like beyond that. I don't see myself ever running a full marathon. So that's kind of where I'm
Gosh,
capping
what
at.
should my goal be? My goal is going to be. I'm shooting far, far lower than you are.
That's fine.
Okay, because my starting point is basically 0. So my goal is going to be that I'll be able to run 2 miles without stopping.
Okay.
You guys can, anyone who has any more endurance than I do is like, come on, you couldn't do that. No, no, I could not.
My other goal for health and fitness was, as for like is working out, is to try a different type of workout or a workout class each month.
You getting back into class pass or what?
I don't know. I haven't fully decided. That's why I said like workout, like type of workout / workout class. This could be like our gym technically does offer different classes. Some of them are free, some of them cost money. I want to do reformer Pilates so bad.
No, same.
But it's so expensive.
What I was gonna say, and at our gym, what a ripoff. Okay, you have to pay additional money to go to the reformer Pilates classes. Are you kidding me? I was gonna
there's those
say
free like group classes. Like try one of those.
I know, but like those group classes like that, Pilates for some reason doesn't scare me as much. Like the boutique style fitness classes, I feel more comfortable than like a more like strength endurance focused class, because like that stuff, I just feel like they're pushing me more than like I ever usually do, and I'm literally gonna pass out. I'm not okay. So I did like ClassPass when we had it. Like we never went back to
or like Spanga.
Spanga was a good one.
It's just annoying because like I don't see myself ever having like that is my workout like for life. You know what I mean? Where it's like it would make sense to like cancel my
I would
gym
almost
membership
rather,
and
and some places do this, but most don't. I feel I would rather pay like a drop-in fee. Like just let me do a one-time drop-in.
yeah.
But
I'll
like,
see you in 3 months. You know what I mean?
like just let me pick and choose as I please. So And sometimes I feel like when we did ClassPass, it worked out fine. I'm sure
But I
if
don't
they're
think
on there,
they like
I
it.
don't think it's their preferred thing. Like they want to get you off of ClassPass and like to join their actual
Which is like what
studio.
makes it annoying.
And I'm like, the whole reason I have, like, don't talk to me at all. The whole reason I have ClassPass is because I'm not committing to a specific studio. So stop. Don't even bring it up.
Yeah.
Any other fitness goals that I have?
I want to, adding it to the list again. This one I did fail on this year. I want to drink more water. Because I just don't
I'm without
water.
a water bottle currently right now.
What happened to it?
I've lost it. It's missing again.
A different one or the same
Same one that I lost before. I need a new one.
I just got, when I did that blood drive campaign, they just sent me a nice water bottle. So I should use it. It's like it might be a Yeti. Like it's a nice one. I just
I've
need to
seen
like
some good
fill
things
it
about
and
like
bring it with me.
Brewmate.
What?
Brewmate is a brand.
I've never heard of that.
They just have like good water bottles. Like Stanley-esque, but like they have like a flexible straw and like the lid I think is supposedly better. To be honest, you guys, every time, because we used to be Hot Works girlies for a period of time, and every time winter rolls around, I miss it a little bit
I
because
think that mom would like Hot Works.
the idea of
Mom, if you're
going,
listening.
the idea like I wake up in the morning and my morning workouts have been like dwindling. Like I've been pushing it off and I'm like, you know what? I'm going after work today because I wake up and I'm freezing and I just don't want to get out of bed and I'd rather sleep in. And the sun's not even up yet. And so I've been like, I'll do it later, which usually like I really am disciplined about getting up in the morning, but I have not been doing as good of a job. And I'm like, the idea of just going to a nice like heated sauna room and doing my workout and it'd be like so short really is
I had a plan to go work out
intriguing
after work today because I thought I was going to have a short day, and then here we are.
They're open. Are you working out tomorrow morning? They're open tomorrow from like 5 a.m. to 3. So
I was going to, since you have
Christmas
Vegas in the
Eve.
morning.
Get your workout in.
Mm-hmm.
They are actually closed on Christmas Day though, which I was kind of surprised by
Yeah.
because like our gym has like crazy hours. Like I think they're probably open 364 days a year.
And Christmas is the only day off. Do you
Um,
have any other like health goals, even like outside
I'm
the
trying to think
gym
of
or,
like
outside
I'm
of
trying to think of
fitness?
like diet wise, but I'm trying to think of what specifically my goal should be. We don't
Get
haven't
your
talked
blood
about
work done.
it.
Blood work done at the end of the year.
I had a standing order for 30 days since I got my physical that I could go get my blood work done, but I think it's maybe been over 30 days and I never made it in. I need to try and alter my diet
I've
to
started
best
taking
promote
those fiber gummies.
better cholesterol and fiber intake.
I haven't done anything with fish
I'm
oil. I know you
currently
have like a
taking-
fish oil pill.
I have gummies. I
Oh,
have fish oil gummies. I have fiber gummies. And I'm someone like, I'm definitely like, not anti-supplement, but like I'm only taking a supplement if I'm told I need to. I have been told I should and or that I'm lacking fiber / fish oil is recommended, hence why I'm taking the supplements. But usually I am like, don't take stuff unless like you're actually deficient in it, which you wouldn't know unless you actually got tested, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise you're just wasting your money. So there was 1 week where I really hit it hard with our grocery haul and new recipes. And the recipes in general, like overall, I was like, the recipes were fine, but they weren't great. And so I need
didn't leave us craving them.
we've kind of circled back to like our just go-to recipes, which like aren't bad.
They're
We did try as like a slightly, just trying a little bit, but doing what, within our means. We tried chickpea pasta as a replacement pasta for one of our meals because that's supposed to be good for you. And it wasn't bad, but I'm just like, dang, why is everything I was supposed to be eating is just a little bit worse? And it makes me upset. So if you guys have any good recipe ideas that you think would be enjoyable, you could send them my way. I don't know how to formulate that into like a goal though.
I don't know. I don't know either.
Like,
maybe that's more of a resolution.
I'll need to think on it, you guys. Otherwise, and I don't want to spend a bunch of money doing this, but like I have seen there's different like meal plan things where it's like you go pick a diet that you want, and like they'll do it for you. Here's the meal plan that would work. Doing that even like every once in a while, even to just get ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like a goal? I don't know. Huh?
Who does that?
I think like Factor is one that I've heard of. I'm sure there's multiple. There's multiple. So I'll formulate a goal, but just know that I will be trying to address diet a little bit.
I want to stop biting my nails. Right now I'm actually doing okay with that. I feel like every year I get to year's end, I review my goals from last year, and stopping biting my nails is always one of them. And then I'm like, shoot, I didn't do well with that. And then I kind of I finish strong at the end of the year, and then I hope to start strong and continue through the new year. Unfortunately, like, do I think I'll ever like be cured from biting my nails? I don't know. I hope so. Because that's the thing. Mom said that she used to bite her nails, and like now
our mom
she
has
can't.
The best nails I've ever seen anyone ever have.
Like, you couldn't bite those suckers if you tried. She'd break a tooth first.
Yeah. I say that, but then I'm like, when I've gotten acrylic nails, I bit those off, okay? And when I was doing it, I was like, what? I really should not be doing this.
I'm going to break my tooth on this, but I must get it off.
But then, like, once I started, well, here's the thing. I think you have to go in to get them taken off. And I was like,
no.
I'll
get these suckers off myself. Just you wait and see.
I like hurt my teeth almost like thinking about that. I haven't gotten them since. I think I've only gotten them one time.
Yeah,
and it was like years ago in high school, maybe.
Yeah, and then I was like, I'm never getting those again.
Yeah, I'd rather honestly do like, I should just do like press-ons. But then like for work, they'd be coming off so often that like that's not really feasible either.
I don't even want long nails. I just want like my hands and my fingernails to like look nice and be like well groomed, well manicured, in like the sense that
well maintained.
Like, look nice.
They don't look gross.
Yeah, I don't want people stopping me. They don't stop me. For like patients that I work with sometimes, they're like, "Do you bite your nails?" And I'm like, "What about it?
What's it to you?
What's it to you?"
And you're here why?
My patient. I'm not. I won't even tell
okay. We'll just move along.
Okay.
What are
else for health and fitness?
You have that in health and fitness?
I don't know how else to put it.
I was gonna make like a grooming style section.
Oh, okay. I don't have a grooming style section. So
okay. Well,
you can start.
I'll start with like, okay, nails is gonna go in that. Okay. In terms of, so I'm gonna add stop biting nails in as well because why not? Second goal, or just like, I don't know, just new year, new me, whatever we're calling this. I haven't been bored with my hair, but I have kind of been like, is there anything new? Like, if we're just kind of going like top to bottom, what can we address? I'm like, is there anything new that I'm wanting to do, try?
Because I think we both established like we're over, at least for now, like coloring our hair.
Yeah. Starting like for sure last year, if not kind of like tail end of 2022, I've been on like the just natural hair color train. And at this point, my hair, I think, is fully grown out. I believe it's all my natural color. And I'm still vibing with it. And oh my gosh. Hello. Sometimes I look back. There are times when I look back and I'm like, oh, the blonde looks nice. And then a lot of the time I look back and I'm like, dang, that's just really like a stark contrast, or like just kind of growing out poorly or whatever. And I'm like, I think it was good to just let it grow out and have it run its course. Especially because like, when I did finally grow it out, it had been done really well that time. So I feel like it really grew out, not awkward at all, which is good. And I've just been in, like, I like my hair long. I have cut it short recently enough that, like, I know I like my hair on the longer end. Because every time I've cut it short, I've been like, I really just want it to grow out longer again. So I'm satisfied with the length. I do get layers in my hair, which I like that. I get the front pieces. It's always like a back and forth battle.
Do differently?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, if there is anything I would do differently. Like, I feel like I get a little bit bored, but also you go back and forth between like, I need the practicality of like my hair too. I need it long enough to fit in a ponytail. I even like my wispy
As
longer.
If you would ever cut it short enough to not fit in a ponytail.
Well, I'm talking mostly about like front pieces and stuff. Like, if I were ever to like cut those shorter and like they wouldn't fit like tucked behind my ears or in a low ponytail, I'd go insane. Like, especially because I'm putting my hair up for work often enough just to, like, get it out of my face. I'm not really, like, a headband person either. So we get stuck in, like, okay, this is just probably, like, the happy medium of, like, my hair is stylish enough, but also boring enough that it's not causing me any issues with other ways to style it. So, I don't know. Do you have any suggestions? Do you think there's anything I should try?
I mean, not really, based off of your current restrictions. I will say, this is
have
like
you
a
thought
goal or
about, like,
resolution.
okay, side parts versus middle parts? Sometimes people are bringing them back.
I do see that. For me personally, at this
For me
point
personally,
in
every time I still see myself with the side part, I'm like, oh, no,
ooh.
honey. No.
Which is, it's so funny though, because we've talked about the nature of trends. Us with side parts initially, when everyone was switching to the middle part, we were like, I don't think this is for me. And then you do it, and then you adapt. You
train your hair.
And granted, like, my part is technically not in the middle. Like, it's offset because I have widow's peak, and it would be weird if it was in the middle. But yeah, same thing as you. When I see a photo or like an old video of myself with the side part, I'm like, I don't love that.
This is not a goal, but something I do want to try is a head spa this new year.
Ooh, yeah.
The idea of that is just like, if I get that scheduled on the books 4 months from now, like, it'll be something for me to look forward to for 4 months. This is our Christmas gift to our mom and Haley, so they will likely be getting it done at least before Ciera and I end up deciding to get anything scheduled. So I look forward to hearing
I should get a massage.
hopefully glowing review. Add it to your list.
This is like me just pampering myself.
You know what? I deserve this.
You know what I should do this year as like a goal? I should get a massage. Poor me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not a big cosmetic type of person. My skin
has weirdly been like freaking out. I feel like at the end of this year, like my legs.
In what way? Dry or?
Like, I've showed you my legs.
Is it around your calves too?
Yeah, it's like my entire leg.
I'm like, should I get this checked out?
Your legs?
I've told you my calves are like freaking out too. It's literally been like since the summer, and it's like, at what point do I say like, oh, this is or is not eczema, and like, or it's something
Here's
else?
what I've decided. Because I've been toying with if I should schedule a dermatologist appointment as well. I just got 2 new lotions. One's like just a Eucerin.
Do you still have that like bump on your leg?
Yes, I do still have that appointment scheduled.
Okay.
And as of right now, I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't cancel and I should just go, because if I cancel, it's just like me like talking myself out of it. Hopefully it's nothing anyways, but I really
you might as well like address
look at
it
and be like, that's nothing, you know. Anyway, that is neither here nor there. My legs, like, I have eczema. We both do. And, like, for the past, I'd say this whole past year, I've had, like, a larger patch on my right foot, a smaller patch on my left foot, both my big toes, and then a random circle right below my right knee. It's like,
that's
those
the
are my
history.
eczema spots. And I just feel like within the past, like, month or 2 maybe, it's like, it's not even, like, the same type of thing. It's just, like, more, like, spots and dots on my thighs and like scratches like up and down my legs, probably from me itching, but like then it like scabbed over. Sorry if this is gross to you guys. So I got 2 new lotions. I'm gonna try them out for a couple weeks. If it clears it up.
I feel like the back of my like legs, like my calves specifically, have been like, I've been noticing. I feel like this has been like the last like 5 months. So like this has probably been like a long time coming, and I should maybe be like, maybe something's different and I should get it checked out. But I was like, over the summers when I feel like I thought things were getting worse, and I was like, I think it's maybe because we're doing yard work and I'm not wearing pants, and like it's just irritating because we're allergic to grass and whatever. So I kind of justified it as, and that's the issue. We're long past that now. And it goes in waves of like, sometimes it's fine, and then sometimes I'm like, no, it's like worse again. So I don't really know what to do with that. But I've never really had such this like, the breakouts or the skin issues have been like different than what they've been before. So
I would
monitor,
like, even if my legs do clear up, I feel like my eczema patches have not drastically like improved. So I would maybe still consider going to a dermatologist to get like more prescription lotion, because we have fluosinonitis, I think what they gave us last time, and that actually worked pretty well. But I'm like basically out. Like, I have one technically, but I'm like, it is on its last
You know
leg.
what you should do? You should go to the eye doctor.
I should.
Put that on your... I lost my glasses. I have a backup pair, so I'm not like, you know, just blind as can be. But they don't fit as good as my other ones
Should I
did.
get new frames from
And
Warby
so
Parker?
that's... I really like my clear frames still, so I'm probably going to just like continue going that route. But I do need to get new glasses, so I currently have an eye appointment scheduled for the 30th. And that'll be good because I love getting an updated prescription, make sure I can see as good as possible, get some nice clean lenses
You
that
always
aren't
get
scratched.
nervous when they're like going through like the different
I'm
things.
like, what if I make a mistake?
And I'm like, what? And it's like literally just based off of your own subjective.
But I'm like, what if that one
Perception.
was better and now I'm going down the wrong path and it's
literally,
worse?
That's me every time I'm doing that with them. I'm like, what if this is not my prescription? So
Eyes, lips, face, anything else?
Elf.
I mean, I don't do any like medical aesthetic stuff. I'm probably not going to start
Any
this next year.
Teeth goals. Hope to not have
I've
any
continued
cavities.
to.
I did well.
My
last
teeth are
Dutch
doing
appointment,
well
no
this
cavities.
past year, so let's just continue that.
Continue that trend.
Do you remember forever ago when you were like, I should get that gum surgery?
Mm-hmm.
How, on a scale of like 0 to 10, 0 being like it wasn't even on your thought or on your mind, to 10 being like I'm booking the appointment now, how much do you feel like you ever considered doing that or going through with that?
You know, I have to say, I don't think about it.
You don't bring it up
Hardly
nearly
ever.
as much as
I
you
think
used
that
to.
what I've just landed on is I'm like, you know, I just have to be on the left side of photos, you guys. Like, I'm sorry. That is the solution. And then I don't have to...
The gum
get
surgery we're talking about is like Ciera's smile. If this is irritating to you or brings unwanted attention, you can stop me.
Oh, no, I
Stop
don't
me
care.
here.
I brought it up before.
Her gums go a little bit lower, I would say, on
If
the
you're
right
in the
side,
video,
but
I'll
then also like her lip on that side goes up higher. So it just
That was probably
draws,
a really good face that I just made.
so it just draws more attention to the gums on that side. So there's a surgery you can get. / like honestly, I feel like we've talked about like honestly, you'd maybe
like
need to get like Botox,
yeah.
and that would maybe like be the biggest difference maker. But who are we to say? But
That's
there's
when,
like a
would I go-
surgery they can like go and
My
shave
issue is
your
like,
gums.
who would I go to see first? Like, who would my first consult be? The Botox person? Probably them. Like, that's
I feel like,
easier
yeah.
than the gum
And
surgery.
a dentist probably like they're probably doing that stuff like that less often. So then they would probably be like, we really don't know why you came here. We're not
No, you
sure.
can go to like a dentist. I just don't know like the name of the person that does that. Anyway,
Okay. Eyelashes. I could see myself doing like a lash lift and tint again and like a perm. I did that once last year and it was for a fairly reasonable price. However, I have been like breaking off my eyelashes with my eyelash curler, so I need to wait for them to grow out a little bit more. So that's a bummer, but they're healing. I actually have like a lash serum that I should try and use. We'll see if it works. I like forget that I have stuff like that. Ears are good. Hearing's good.
not just the ears, but the hearing itself still works. The smell is good.
Smells working. Taste is okay.
Okay, we can move on.
Okay. Any like style? You know what I saw is supposed to be like the style for this next year?
What?
I feel like I'm gonna mess it up exactly, but like fisherman was like in. It's like
What does
coastal
that
fisherman.
mean?
I can give some aesthetic examples. Coastal fisherman, I'm pretty sure is.
Would you ever
what?
get a manicure? Or not a manicure, a pedicure?
I would be really self-conscious to go get a pedicure,
'Cause
to
of
be
your
honest.
feet?
Yeah. And also, like, I don't know. That's just a very vulnerable, that's a very vulnerable position to be in. And I don't know if I'm
Cut out for it.
able to do that. Okay. Coastal fisherman aesthetic.
I will say, I think I made a goal last year.
You can scroll.
Like wanting to like style
This
my
is
hair
what
differently.
Pinterest and something else said was like the style. It's like that. And someone said like something castle.
Castle.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you want to emulate that style?
I like the coastal component of it, but like that was kind of like a thing this year too.
Coastal grandmother.
Coastal grandmother vibes, like on the Cape. I'll try and emulate those kinds of things as well.
As best I can. What was I saying? I don't remember.
Was it related to aesthetics or no?
Oh, I was talking about hairstyling. I didn't learn new ways to style my hair, but I did feel like I, like, for the entirety of the year, like, always made sure that, like, my hair was how I wanted it. So, like, whether that's using my one-step styler or I actually started curling my hair a little bit more often this year.
I am hoping that Mom gets me a hairstyling tool for Christmas because my cord with my Shark Flex style, like, it needs to be retired. I am being driven insane by this cord that has been just wrapped and wrapped and wrapped. And, like, there is no... Do you want a cord gets just, like, coiled and wrapped?
You know what I mean?
I can't handle it anymore. Like, the cord is just so twisted and tangled. And, like, I try to unravel it. It does not want to, like, stay how it is. So, like, I literally have resorted to, like, recently I can't use it because it's going to drive me insane. So I've been using the one-step styler again. But to compare how hot the one-step styler gets and how unsafe it is for your hair, this thing sets the fire alarm off in our house. Not when I use it. It does it pretty frequently when Ciera uses it. I don't know why.
Probably user error.
But my Shark Flex style, it's never done that.
Yeah.
So
I have nothing to say to that.
like, I don't even know if, like, the tool that I had suggested to my mom, I'm unsure how I'm going to feel about it, but we'll see, I guess, if she
What did you suggest?
It was a Shark tool. I have to look up, like, the options.
Maybe the same cord?
I hope not.
Would you return it if it was?
I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things
What was
where, like,
that one TikTok
I feel like I
shop
wouldn't
thing
know.
that you found?
I am interested in that. Just, like, even as a separate thing. It's like it's advertised everywhere. It's the Wavy Talk Ion Thermal Brush.
Oh, shoot. You
whatever.
Really know the name of that thing.
Yeah. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. Shark tools. Shark hair tools.
Yeah, I was like, you might want to be a little
Shark
bit more
hair
specific.
tools.
Any other, like, style grooming stuff? Body care. Talked about our skin. No? Okay. Next category. Travel is always a fun one to talk about.
There's a flex fusion, but I don't think that's what I was asking. I feel like there was, like, a speed style. The Shark speed style is the one that I asked for. Is that a mistake? I don't know, but that's what I put on my list. So I'll have to report back. Okay, go ahead.
Travel. This is kind of like I guess we don't technically have anything booked, so, you know, anything.
You know what would be
goes.
fun? And I should put this on I think this is a fair goal. Like, a legit girls trip. I think
With
that's
who?
like our book club people.
Okay.
But, like, that's just one thing where it's like, we just needed to make it out of the group chat. And I know we have, like, some willing people, but, like, it's going to take just, like, people need planning to do that and, like, take the PTO if they're wanting to go and, like, have input on, like, where to travel to.
Mm-hmm.
So, girls trip.
Want to do at least one trip abroad. Most likely that will be our UK, Ireland trip in August.
Yeah.
And then I want to go on, like, a spring break type trip. Somewhere tropical, maybe warm. Maybe tropical is not the right word. I just want to be able to be by water and sit outside in the sun.
Better start thinking on that then.
I know.
That's the first time you've, like, initiated a trip ever.
Is it? I don't think so.
Honestly, what shocks me every time is, like, how cold it is still come March for, like, most of the country. Because you're, like, you really got to go south or to the Caribbean or elsewhere. But even, like, you know, Hilton Head's not warm in March. Like, there's a lot of places that just are not
Florida
warm.
a couple years ago. That wasn't too bad.
Well, Florida is quite south, so.
You said you got to go to the Caribbean.
Florida is, like, right on the Caribbean.
It's
So,
Gulf. Do you have any trips?
Other than the girls trip, I would love, love, love for it to be, like, a Lake Tahoe girls trip. Because, like, that's what I have in my mind. But I'm open to other suggestions as well. And then where would you like to go for like a tropical trip? Costa Rica's been a place that I've mentioned, but like I don't know.
I'm not
if that would or would
set
not be like
on anything. I just want to be
feasible.
warm.
I wonder if March is good for Costa Rica. I feel like those would be like the big trips. If we did a girls trip, abroad would be obviously a big one. And then somewhere warm, tropical. And then, you know, fill in the gaps with some weekend trips here and there.
Just as
we did kind of slay our weekend trips this past year, I feel like. We went to New York, we went to Catalina Island, and that one just like that one came out of nowhere, but like what a good fill in the void that was. Did we go on any other weekend trips?
I mean, you went to Chicago.
Yeah, I went to Chicago. In terms of like flying though.
That may have been it.
And then we did Virgin Islands earlier in the year.
That was also not a weekend trip.
All I would have to do is literally like look at my Instagram because that's the only time I ever post anything ever.
Do you have any like social media goals, or are you kind of just like just write it out?
Not particularly. This all depends on if TikTok gets banned, but I've been liking being active on there, so continue that.
I wish that our YouTube channel would stop dropping in subscribers. Like, I think we're, like, constantly like the 330 / like high 320s. We've been there forever. I'm like, you guys, just stay around. Stick around. Yeah, I don't really have any, like, I'm done coming up with, like, social media goals and numbers and whatever. We're just having fun.
It's not my life. It's just a fun side hobby.
Any career goals? You just obviously switched jobs, so that's...
I just switched jobs, so I would say not particularly.
My goal is to get 20 CEU credits by the end of the year.
That would be good. Yeah, we're going to have to renew our licenses this year.
And then I need to figure out fully how to, like MedBridge stuff, like take the CEU, and then how do I transfer that over?
I'm paying for MedBridge. I should use it more.
Does your work not for MedBridge?
I know my old company didn't. I should
your
see.
current employer offer it? Because you should look into that.
I should.
It's funny, my boss was asking, not just me, but like some of the other therapists, like about taking in students. And then I was like, oh God. I do think that you have to get certified to be a clinical instructor, which I have not done, obviously. And I'm like,
you get CEU credits for that.
I know you do. The idea of having a student kind of stresses me out, though.
I feel like,
not
the opportunity
away,
has presented itself once, and it just like was with my old company. It was not going to work out like timing wise, and like our caseload wasn't where it needed to be for them to get the hours they needed. I feel like I'd be getting close to a point where I'd be like, I could take a student and like I'd have some knowledge, you know, here or there to give them.
Mm-hmm. I think I would get stressed in terms of like, I don't know work-wise, like what changes when you have a student, like for like productivity / how it works with like what the student does versus what you do. Like that would be like just, I feel like I get like not stressed at work necessarily, but like I've got enough going on that I'm trying to go like boom, 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 one thing to the next.
They could help take someone off your plate.
Help or hurt that? I don't know. But yeah, I don't have anything about doing any like mentorship or clinical instructing this year. Maybe next year. Well, 2026. I'm just trying to learn right now.
I'm still in a stage of learning, really.
Yeah.
I'm a new grad.
Megan and I were just talking because we follow obviously our physical therapy program on like Facebook and Instagram, and the class 2 years below us just graduated, and we were both like, oh,
every
my
July
God.
and every December I am like just awestruck that like a new class is starting or that a new class just graduated, because time really does fly.
It's so insane. I can't believe we graduated 2 years ago. And I've been working for almost 2 years then.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Creeping up on all that stuff.
Reading goals. I think I'm going to keep my reading goal. For the past year, it's been 50. I think I'm going to keep it at 50 because I have not demonstrated to myself that I can read significantly more than 50.
I think I can bump mine up to 60 and feel safe doing that.
I did want to change my nonfiction goal to read 5 nonfiction books. So this past year I read 3.
And I'm still trying to read The Gift of Fear.
Oh, yeah.
It's just
when was the last time you picked that up?
Like, it has to have been 6 months ago.
You just got to finish it. Like, one chapter every
It's not
week.
even bad. I just kind of have been like, oh, I'm not reading that book anymore.
Is it still on your, continue reading?
Yep.
It's still there?
Yep.
Just got to buckle down. Make time for it.
Maybe I could get in the mood tonight to read it a little bit. Put on some Forensic Files to set the mood.
Get you in the mood.
If you guys don't know, The Gift of Fear is a book. It's written by, what would you call him, like a security expert?
More or
kind
less.
of. But it's just kind of like general tips and his experiences with like real life instances that he's been involved in of like trusting your gut and like just a lot of like being aware of your surroundings and things of that nature. So how far am I in this book?
Another category that I had last year was hobbies and socializing.
I'm a third of the way through it.
Luckily, I feel like I don't really need to
We kind of slayed that
elaborate
this
on
year.
this one. Like, the biggest one that we did was starting a book club. That has been a godsend this past year. I also don't need to, like, set any dating goals. Not that I had any last year, but, like, you know, in years past. Neither of us need to set any dating goals. I don't really have anything, like, house-wise. Like, finishing the basement was a big one we did this past year. And we don't have any, like, major changes that we're doing to the house. Maggie, this is like a side note, but Maggie's finishing her basement right now, and like she's making such quick work of it. Not she personally, but like her dad works at a construction company and has been able to like help spearhead the process. So it's been fun seeing updates.
If you don't have anything else to talk about, I thought it could be fun to look up what does 2025 bring for Virgos.
Okay.
Since that is us.
Finish up with a horoscope.
Sure. Okay, I have not read this yet, so we'll be reading it together for the first time. This is from astroyogi.com. What can the Virgo signs expect in 2025? Okay. Everything that this says is just like so generic, but bear with me. According to the Virgo 2025 predictions, this year holds the promise of love, romance, and most importantly, personal growth for Virgo natives. While some challenges may arise in your family life and health, don't say that. These are opportunities for growth and understanding. With the right remedies and a healthy routine, you'll be able to navigate these issues with grace and resilience.
They're just talking about your cholesterol.
I know. That's all they were talking about. I already brought that up myself. When it comes to your career and professional life, you may experience significant growth and opportunities in the workplace. The Virgo annual horoscope advises you to stay cautious of enemies and use diplomacy this year. Those in business will have an excellent start to the year. Profits will be high, and you'll be able to achieve all of your goals.
That's not me.
Furthermore, startups will be able to secure funding and experience long-term growth. Should I start a startup? This year appears to be very promising for Virgo students in terms of their exam or test scores. There we have it. Does it ever like just say like a horoscope is going to have like a horrible year and like buckle up?
Buckle up because 2025 is going to be a rough one. I hope not. Or like it does like the positive spin like it did with like the you might have some concerns, but
like
you'll
power your way through it, girly.
Was that the only thing that you were going to share?
Yeah.
Any other?
I mean, it has like more specific breakdowns, but I don't really feel like doing that. I won't give that much credit to
the horoscopes. Okay, well, I think those are all the categories that I wanted to run through with you guys. And hopefully 2025 will be a good one.
If you guys have enjoyed listening to our podcast this year, make sure you guys review us and leave us a rating. Make sure you subscribed on YouTube to the video version of the podcast. And if you have a friend near and dear to your heart and they haven't checked in on what we're doing over here, maybe you send them your favorite episode and you say, give it a listen. and we would appreciate that.
And with that being said, we will talk to you guys next year.
Bye.